What to do, familiar? What to do, familiar? It's your boy Tyson PNG, and we're back at it again with another one. Today, we're gonna be doing a Fire VFX edit from the edit kit. So this is from the Fire Birthday Edit Kit. If you haven't already, make sure that you go ahead and pick it up. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. I came up with this idea because a lot of you guys always ask me, how do I do my VFX? Or you guys will watch a tutorial on me doing my VFX, and you guys still don't know how to get the different assets or where to get the different assets from. So I thought, why not me go ahead and source them all myself and create the assets myself as well, to be able to put them together into a pack that I call an edit kit for you guys to be able to download and use for your actual real client work. All right, so I have different ones that I've found from years ago. Then I have some that I also created this year, and that I'm consistently remapping and revamping. So I thought, why not put it all together into just one pack for you guys to be able to have for yourselves, to just make it overall, I guess, easier for you guys when it comes time to actually edit. So we're gonna hop right into here. I want to show you guys just how fast we can actually do this edit. I want to show you guys how to use the edit kit, how to use the different numbers in the kit, how to just do everything that has to do with this Fire Birthday VFX edit kit. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into Lightroom, and then we're gonna go into Photoshop. All right, so if you guys can see, we're in Lightroom right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the edit kit. So when I open up the edit kit, it's gonna have different stuff inside of here, right? So the kit that you may have may not have all of this, because I'm gonna do a different Fire kit, but I digress, right? So you're gonna have the different Fire overlays, you're gonna have the different Fire Embers, and you're also gonna get different Fire backgrounds. And I'm also gonna share with you guys the popular numbers and stuff like that too for the birthday, for the edit kit. Okay, I also have a practice edit files in here for you guys too. So when you open it up, you have the practice edit files inside of here. You got two of the raw images that I actually used myself for this edit. So I'm going to go ahead and open these right now. So I'm going to do this one. Right click, open with Adobe Lightroom. You can go ahead and start and get started. Hopefully it loads up. All right, bet. Hit add. Hit OK. All right, now we already got it open. I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit edit in Photoshop. You can do a little bit of different editing as you want inside of Lightroom. If you want to do any like color correction or stuff like that, you can do all that in Lightroom, and then you can open it up in Photoshop, or you can go straight to Photoshop like I'm about to do. All right, we're right here inside of Camera Raw. I'm going to just go ahead and open it up regularly. So this is the raw image now inside of Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and go Command J twice to duplicate that layer. I'm going to hit C to crop. I'm going to crop it to a 4:5 around the size that I want for the entirety of the background. Double click. Just showing you guys just how easy it is to do so. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this out of the background. If you guys haven't already seen a tutorial on it, definitely go ahead to PNG University and check out all of my different VFX editing tutorials. I'll put a link down below for you guys. If you're not already inside of PNG University, that will help out a lot. But this is directly for those who got this in particular edit kit, to help you guys be able to use that edit kit. So we're going to right click, and we're going to go ahead and go to, we can do content aware fill or generative fill. I'm going to do generative just for the time being. Hit generate. Just like so. Right, boom. I'm going to go ahead and hold command, click both of these, hit command E to merge those two together. Now I'm going to go ahead and go command J to duplicate that layer. I'm going to hit remove background right here on my subject. Now my subject's background is removed. I can move her around as I please. I'm going to go ahead and go into the edit kit. I'm going to choose which number I want. So I have some popular Fire overlays for the colors. For the numbers, I have some of the popular numbers. So you have 21s in here, you have 23s, 24s, 25s, 26, 27, 29, 30s. So these are like some of the popular numbers that I have a lot of people come to me for birthdays. For you guys, I may also put 16 and 19 in there as well, but I'm going to go ahead and utilize some of the bare numbers by themselves. So what you can do is you can go ahead and go into the, we have Fire letters in here as well for you guys too, for you to see. For both of you guys, we got uppercase, and we also have the lowercase. If I stutter a little bit, you guys, just chill. It's late right now, and I barely got any food inside of me, so just chill. We have all the Fire numbers inside of here as well for you guys. So for this one, I'm gonna do the number. I'm gonna do 21. So I'm gonna take these two numbers, drag and drop those numbers in here. We got a 1, double click. We got a 2, double click. I'm gonna go ahead and go Command T I'm going to select both of them, Command T on both of them, and drag them down. Before I do so, I'm going to make sure this is locked up top. If it's locked up top, I can transform it, but it'll also stay in the same orientation. If this is not locked, it'll mess up the numbers. All right, you may need to do that a little bit later, but right now we don't need that. So I'm going to lock it off, scroll it down, make it about the size that I feel like it needs to be of my subject. Double click, just like so. Now I'm going to number 1, Command T, drag the number 1 over. All right, so we have the 2 numbers on here. We're going to leave those. I'm going to go ahead and hide those 2. Now I'm going to figure out which background that I want to use. So inside of the actual pack, you have multiple different backgrounds for you to choose from. So we have the standard fire one. We have a brick wall. We have the one that I used in the example that you guys saw on Instagram. And then we have another one of those. So I'm going to use, let's say, the brick wall one today. I'm going to drag and drop the brick wall in here. Double click on the brick wall. Grab my subject and put her on that top layer, just like so. Now I can go ahead and drag her where I want her to sit. So I'm going to put her right here, how I want her to stand, just like that. I'm going to double click. I'm going to go ahead and take those numbers now and put these numbers right above there. Turn it on. Change that blend mode and see which one I like. I'm going to change it to Lighten. Change this blend mode, bring it up. Change this blend mode to Lighten as well. And now I can move these numbers around selectively as I see fit, right? So you guys already see, boom, move this one up. Let's say I go, boom, move this one up, just like that. Now we have the number 21. I may want my number 1 to be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna move it up a little bit bigger maybe, or a little bit taller at least. There we go, just like that. There we go. Double click. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on my subject layer. I'm gonna go to Filter. I'm gonna go to Neuro Filters. I'm going to wait for it to load. I'm going to go to Harmonization, turn that on. When it says Select Layer, I'm going to select the background layer so we can match the colors of the subject to the background layer. Now just play around with the strength as you see fit. I usually put the strength to normal. I might go up a little bit or down on the brightness. Oh, what just happened? I might go up a little bit or down on the brightness, depending on how I see fit to match the subject with the background. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit New Layer. Down at the bottom, they ask me if I want to use the current layer. I'm going to say New Layer. I'm going to hit OK. Just like so. So now we have this pretty much matching. I'm going to hide that background layer. Now we literally have her on here with this layer. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go Command J to duplicate her. I'm going to go ahead and go to that bottom layer. I'm going to go ahead and go Select Subject. Just like so. I'm going to take the color black. I'm going to get my regular brush, take the color black, and draw inside of here, okay? So make sure you have the color black on. If you don't, you can literally click right here, or you can just change the color black on your color wheel. Just like so, color black. I'm gonna hit Command D to deselect, Command T to transform, right click, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put where it says rotate vertical. Boom, so I'm gonna put this down below the feet, double click, turn that top layer back on. Now I'm gonna match this bottom layer up with that top layer. If you guys already know what we're doing, we're making a shadow here, all right? So I want my shadow to kind of come off to the side like so. So I'm going to put that shadow out like here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom down. Right click, you can hit distort or warp, and you can distort the perspective that it sees so it looks like it's more so on the floor, just like that. So now it matches more on the floor. Just like so. I'm going to do it like this right here. There we go. And then I'm going to stretch this foot out that way. There we go. Now I'm going to double click. I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I'm going to bring it down so it's a little bit tighter so it's not as off. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and change my opacity down a little bit, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and go to the mask menu down here, create a mask, and now I can just erase a little bit of this. I'm going to erase this second foot off, just like so, and erase this top part right here where her head was at. Now I'm going to take this layer, go Command J, Command T that layer, and now drag this one over so that way it's a little bit more. You see what I just did there? Double click that. Now I can erase that. I'm going to erase on this masking layer here for that second layer, just like so, just a little bit. Boom, now it looks good. Now I'm going to go into my subject layer, the actual layer with her. Zoom in. Now I see where these whites are at. You want to fix that up, right? So I can use one of two things. I can go ahead and go to the dodge and burn menu, right? Where it says dodge and burn. I'm going to command J this just so that I don't mess it up, so I can go back if I need to. I'm going to go to dodge and burn, right? You could do dodge and burn, which is right here. This is the burn tool. I can go ahead and do the highlights of the burn tool. If that doesn't work, you can go ahead and go to the midtones. If the highlights don't usually work, the highlights usually are fine, but it looks kind of gray as we can see. So I'm going to go ahead and go to midtones, try the midtones out. Midtones look a little bit gray as well. Now let's go ahead and try the shadows. Okay, I think shadows is the one. I'm going to go ahead and just draw in here real quick, just like so. Bam, bam, bam. If your subject has less hair, it'll be a lot easier to deal with. My subject had a lot of hair with a lot of different open parts, so it was kind of harder for me to be able to get everything to fit and blend in as needed, right? So yeah, zooming in, continuing, just like so. Yep, yep, yep. I'm gonna do around here, this bottom half right here too, help out with some of that, just like so. There we go. Change it to highlights if I need to, just like so as well. And also, one thing I can say is it helps because you can add a little bit of a burn onto the shoes, onto the feet, so it looks a little bit darker than it actually is. Whether you're using highlights or you're using midtones or shadows, it adds that extra darkness onto it, so it can look like she was actually there getting burnt up. Playing around with it just like that. Yeah, see, like shadows, making the shoes a little bit darker, just like so, and just like so on this line here. And you could even go ahead and go on an actual mask. If you feel like there's parts right here that you want to get out, you can hit mask on here and you can mask it out. So you can go back to your regular brush, make your brush a little bit smaller, and then you can just erase this part out of here on that mask. So if you have a white screen on the mask, you want to draw on it with a black brush, right? So that black brush will erase. All right, so keep that in mind. When you're shooting this, make sure that you're shooting it with intent of doing VFX, because if I was shooting with the intent of doing VFX, I would have made sure that she posed in a way that wouldn't have given me a hard time. All right. Also, a lot of people also shoot on green screens. I shoot on a white background because I like for my clients to be able to use the images again later. Some people, don't, but just, it's up to you on how you want to shoot. I like shooting on a white background. I have tutorials and videos on behind the scenes of how I shoot. And yeah, so I can put some on here. I'm going to go to there. I'm going to delete all of that. And what I could do is I can go to my clone stamp tool. And I can go on the same layer as my subject and go to clone stamp and just select this and then just fill it in with this clone stamp. So I can do that. That's a lot easier, right? It takes a lot less time to do that. I'm trying to show you guys just how easy it actually is. Like, there you go, just like that. Boom. Fill that bad boy in with that skin. There we go. Now zoom out. Boom. So now I can go ahead and put overlays on top of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the pack. And I can overlay it with this, or I can overlay we'll overlay with that same background, or I can overlay it with some different embers and fire that we have in here. So I could overlay some ember fire. If I drag and drop the ember on top, I can drag it down. I can double click. I can change that blend mode to lighten. And now the embers are on here, right? So I can move it to where I see fit. I can put it down and then below if I feel like I want some of that burn to be in the front to kind of hide a little bit of that foot. I can do that. Double click, let me see, enter. I can do that. I can go ahead and put another one. I'm going to go ahead and go back into the pack again. We have smoke in here. We have different types of embers to play around with. We also even have some different fire. We have actual fire overlays themselves as well to go inside of here if you want to hide things a little bit better. There's so many different ones in here. If I want to, I can drag and drop this one for that background, double click, change the blend mode to lighten. The different blend modes do different things too, you guys. So like you can literally boom, like I can light this up, fire this up. I want the fire to look like it's coming up or However, we wanted to hide the subject, you can do that to be able to like kind of like help you with the flames if you want to hide a little bit more of the body. I can duplicate this same thing, Command J, and I can bring it over. I can even make it smaller so that way it looks like I'm in full control of the flames. Double click it. Let's say for example I'm inside of the pack again and I want to add, you know, we have the fire horoscopes in here. Let's say she's an Aries. We'll drag and drop the Aries, bring it up to the top, double click, change the blend mode to Lighten. You see what I'm saying? I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to get these things right. Like literally, boom. Now you got your little birthday pack with the Aries vibes on top of here. Bam, double click. I'm gonna zoom in. And now with this mask of the subject, I can go ahead and draw around her to get this white outline out. So I'm going to go ahead and draw around her with a 50% opacity and just blur all of this out. So now I can get all of this out of my way. All of it. You see that? Boom. All of that. Get all of it out of my way. And if you ever erase too much and want to bring it back, just hit X on your keyboard and you can draw it back. Or you can actually just change the color. You see the color switching? So you can hit X on your keyboard or you can just draw it back. I like to just, you know, hit X because I like keyboard shortcuts. I need to drop that, bro. I got to drop that, the Lightroom keyboard, the Photoshop keyboard shortcut or something, whatever it's called. Whatever I'm going to call it. The Photoshop keyboard shortcut. Master class or something. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Get these lines out. It's VFX too, so like it's not too much that goes into it. Just make sure that the brush is big enough to blur so that it doesn't look crazy. Because I can still go back into this pack again. Let's say I zoom out, right? I can go, or actually fix this piece of hair. Boom, just like so. Bam. And another thing that you can do that makes it cooler, you can go ahead and make a new layer, right? I can get the color from her skin or the color from this fire that I want to draw. I'm going to say orange, right? This bright orange. And I can go ahead and draw with my brush onto my subject where I want the color to be at. So I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Draw on her. Draw on her. Let's say draw on her here, right? Here. And let's say here. I can now go to my blend mode and change the blend mode for how it looks on my subject skin. So I want her to look more burnt. I could do burn, I could do lighten, I can do all the different ones for real. I could do, let's see, I kind of like this one right here, multiply, and then I can go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur with that multiply, and I can blur it into her skin and then hit OK. So where now it looks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can have fun with this. Now she looks like she's actually burnt. You see what I'm saying? Boom. Now you just had some fun with it. You could change the opacity down if it's too harsh on her arms. And yeah, and we could throw some more fire in here if we want to go insane with the fire. A lot of people overcomplicate it. It's not that complicated, you guys. We're going to have fire animals at one point. This pack does not have that, but we're going to have fire animals. I'm going to say, let's say we want to do some more fire. I'm going to do, let's say, this one right here. I'm going to drag and drop that in there. Double click that bad boy. Change that blend mode to lighten. And now I can move it around. And I can put it in front of her. You know how we have that one behind it? I can put it in front of her, drag it over. I can go Command J to duplicate it. Double click first, then Command J to duplicate it. And then now I can move that top layer to like make layers. So we can make some layers in here, right? Just like so. So whatever you want to do, however you want to, now we got layers in here. You see what I'm saying? We got layers. However you want to layer it, you could do that. Boom, double click. And bam, now it's insane. Now we got some crazy stuff going on. So this is the birthday fire pack. You can have so much fun with this pack. Yeah, bro, like it's cool. Like, you know, let me know what you guys think about it down below. If you want to even make it like fire from the ceiling, you can get bored. You can get real bored with it. You can have the flames coming down from the ceiling. Like, you could be like, oh yeah, we want to like make the flames come down from here. You know what I'm saying? And I say Command J and then Command T. I'm really just showing you guys that so much is capable with this pack. So yeah, Love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions in particular. Join PNG University if you're not already in there. If you have any questions about any packs in particular, I can also help you guys with that as well. And yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit more fun with this edit. This is tough. I could even like make this like a overlay, like a Embers overlay. Yeah, that's tough. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Until next time. Taxi.